back everyone to Aussie Scrapbook. I hope you're all well. And today's layout is a layout of my old nursery, or should I say the kids' old nursery. Now I took these photos because I knew I wasn't going to have any more babies in this room, and I wanted a memory of when it had a cot and a change table and all those lovely things that go with babies. So even though I had a boy first, the walls were not pink, they were white, but the room was more or less the same as it is now, and I wanted to document that time. And because this became a big girl's room with no longer a cot, so I'm glad I got these photos. And what I did first was I just trimmed the photos down so that I got rid of any dead space. That's the doors and a bit of the ceiling and all that, things I didn't really need in the photo. And then I didn't know what to do with that photo of my little girl with her little cushion pillow that's there's on the floor that my girlfriend had made for her. So I decided I was going to use it as an embellishment, and I fussy cut her out. Now you would have seen earlier that I showed you the paper that I'm going to be using, and it's from 2012. My gosh, I got a bit excited using some of my old stash because I've got a lot to use up. So I'm just going to be matching my photos using this paper. And I just do a very narrow border using my Perfect Layers ruler. I will be doing the same process to the photo of my little girl. I just love this paper from Crazy Craft. It's from the Marigold collection. And I only just recently bought it at Sam's Warehouse, would you believe? Anyway, in love with it. And this is the one I'm going to use to put my photos on. So what I did first was I got my photo rounder, the corner rounder thing. What's that called? Anyway, that punch, and I rounded my corners. And now I'm just inking it with some ink, some brown ink all around, because that's just what I do. I like the look of it, and it was a bit hard to ink my little girl embellishment, so I just did that with a marker pen I had. Trying to find a paper to put underneath it as my main cardstock, but I think I give up on that idea for the time being because it's just a bit hard and I want to concentrate on this layout. So I'm now just going to adhere the photos down onto this paper, and then I'm trimming it with the Perfect Layers, of course. I love that ruler, or those rulers, because you get a set of 3. And then it's back to some more inking just for a bit of cohesion throughout the layout. So I'm back to trying to find a background paper, and I'm pretty sure I do settle on that scrap of paper that I had. It's been in my stash for years, so I'm glad I'm finally using it. And I'm now going to just be playing with different embellishment ideas. I really don't know what I'm going to do, and I played around with the idea of putting some washing down, and then I played around with some of the embellishments from the Delish Kits Pretty in Pink collection, and I don't believe I'll end up using any of this stuff on the layout. It was just, I wanted it to keep the layout clean, simple and sweet, if that makes any sense. Oops, it looks like I lied before, because here I am auditioning different papers for this layout. So in the end, I settled for a very pale shade of pink, and it is a basil cardstock that I use. I think I'll show you the branding strip in a minute. And once I cut off the branding strip, what do I do? Oh yes, I ended up finding this circular piece of paper in my stash, which was just perfect to offset the photo. I just love that. So then I went looking for something to add to it, and I didn't like the pearls that I originally put down, and now I'm putting down some rhinestones that are from the Reject Store. Now the Reject Store is a store here, it's a junk store here in Australia, and their brand of embellishments is called the Craft Store. So that's all I'm doing it now, and I'm putting it on every second hole that's on that lovely, what is that paper? Flower shaped paper? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not very technical today. My brain is just not working yet again. And yes, so that's as you can see what I'm doing, and I quite like the effect that had. I'm now trying to glue everything down without moving anything, because I just think that I have everything in the right spot, and if I try to get it back down, it's not going to work. So this is my attempt of not moving my papers. Anyway, it did work, and I got it all stuck down, and I'm really happy how it all lands up coming together. Even though these rhinestones have got a sticky thing to them, I don't trust them to stay on there for all eternity, I guess. And so what I'm doing is I'm just gluing them down with a bit of glue, and that way I can rest in peace knowing that they're not going to go anywhere. Well, hopefully they're not going to go anywhere. I couldn't find any embellishments that really worked with this layout, so then the idea hit me that I could use this stencil that I had. And it's like these drop down of love hearts, and I went, oh, perfect. Then I remembered I had these little love heart buttons in my stash. So I got them out, and I ended up adhering the buttons. Some of the buttons are big love hearts and some of them are smaller love hearts. And if you see on the stencil, some of the love hearts were smaller and some of them bigger. So I just alternate and I go putting them down. And then I started thinking, well, the little chain, how am I going to do that? And I thought, oh, I could emboss it. But then I thought, no, I didn't want to put some gold into it, and I didn't want to put silver into it, and I couldn't think of what I wanted to do. So in the end, I ended up using my liquid pearls. And because it was like dots going down on the stencil, wherever there was a dot, I just adhered some liquid pearls, and they look like enamel dots when they settle down on there. And it was really, really effective. Okay, I'm going to get so creative with my title here. I couldn't think of anything, so it ends up being called Sweet Dreams. I mean, it is about a nursery. So these chipboard letters are from Kmart, and I had a hard time getting them off their backing sheet. I had to use a little craft knife to get them undone. So here's a close-up of my little drop-down love hearts and the title. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do in that bottom right-hand corner, and then it hit me. I need some journaling. So I went to my printer and I typed up some journaling, and then I just cut it in some strips, glued it down, voila, it's done. So here are some close-up photographs, and as always, thank you all so much for watching, and till I see you again, hopefully soon. Bye.